Prehistoric Hongshan materials, animal teeth and bones. The prehistoric Hongshan culture already possessed artifacts carved from animal teeth. This tooth-carved sun god figure is a standard Hongshan form. Based on the tooth patterns, it is not modern ivory but was carved from the tooth of a prehistoric animal. Furthermore, its surface exhibits the distinctive Hongshan craftsmanship known as craftsmanship within craftsmanship and V-shaped joining marks. Artifacts made from animal teeth in the Hongshan tradition are often covered with a protective layer resembling wax on the surface. This layer can burn when exposed to fire, but once the wax is consumed, the artifact itself no longer burns and its appearance remains unchanged. Our Hong Kong branch conducted research on this material many years ago. This tooth-carved sun god artifact belongs to Vice Chairman Chan Kun Ming. Because some people claimed it was made of synthetic plastic, several members of our management team deliberately subjected it to a burning test during a gathering. The result confirmed that it is definitely not plastic. As long as collectors authenticate artifacts according to the 12 impossible to replicate tool marks of Hongshan, they can still discover relics left by our Hongshan ancestors, especially the so-called Hongshan Buddha figures, even in today's confusing and chaotic era. Everything in this world has its lineage and inheritance. It is impossible that after the mass extinction of dinosaurs 100 million years ago, civilization suddenly emerged only 5,000 years ago in the form of the Xia, Shang, and Zhou dynasties after an unexplained gap of 100 million years. Throughout those millions of years, Buddhas, Guanyin, and Arhats already existed. Many beings we regard as legendary immortals can, in fact, be found represented in Hongshan artifacts. This sun god Buddha artifact belongs to Chairman Tu's collection. The tooth patterns throughout the piece are entirely natural growth lines and could never be artificially reproduced. Based on the identification of these tooth patterns, this is not modern ivory but a material derived from a prehistoric animal tooth. Moreover, according to the 12 impossible to replicate tool marks of Hongshan, this sun god Buddha artifact displays Hongshan craftsmanship within craftsmanship marks and straight line drilling marks, leaving no doubt that it is an authentic Hongshan relic. Therefore, those who engage in research and collecting must possess wisdom, cherish opportunities, and avoid being misled by others. Next, I would like to share another prehistoric tooth-carved artifact, the Guanyin holding a purification vase. First, according to the 12 impossible to replicate tool marks of Hongshan, this Guanyin artifact displays both craftsmanship within craftsmanship and straight-line carving marks, confirming its classification as a Hongshan artifact. Furthermore, after comparing and researching the outer tooth surface, it was discovered that this artifact was carved from whale tooth material. This Guanyin with purification vase is not only astonishing but also extremely rare. Next, I would like to present a sun god figure carved from animal bone. Although the bone material has not yet fully transformed into jade, it has already become fossilized. One can clearly observe numerous pores caused by the porous nature of the bone. This Liangzhou bone-carved ritual object was also carved from bone material. Its surface appears to be coated with a protective dark layer. The presence of craftsmanship within craftsmanship and straight-line carving marks clearly confirms its authenticity. Recently, I shared a video on Facebook showing a person cutting and polishing a piece of bone into what appeared to be a jade ring. Some viewers mistakenly believed that ordinary bone could be used to imitate jade. In reality, the bone in question had already undergone jadeification. An ordinary piece of bone is extremely difficult to carve into the highly intricate royal divine emblem motifs seen on Liangzhou artifacts. Only when bone has transformed into jade-like material, as in this jadeified bone Liangzhou ritual object, can it be carved into such detailed Liangzhou divine emblem designs. Below are several examples of jadeified bone artifacts collected by members of our association, jadeified bone dragon biting its tail. Liangzhu jadeified bone turtle-shaped artifact. Liangzhu fully bone jadeified ritual object. A Liangzhu fully bone jadeified ritual object. B tool marks remain the primary evidence for authenticating Hongshan artifacts. By enlarging clear photographs of these objects, one can easily observe not only craftsmanship within craftsmanship, straight line carving marks, and straight line drilling marks, but also the distinctive feather pattern tool marks associated with Liangzhu divine emblem motifs. The research conducted by the Huaxia Hongshan Culture Research Association emphasizes evidence-based study. The craftsmanship details of every artifact are carefully documented, annotated, and explained. The goal is to make learning easier, clearer, and more accessible, allowing students and enthusiasts to understand these artifacts at a glance.